Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2014 DBA Design Effectiveness Awards at Tobacco Dock, a new venue. So we hope you like it. We loved it when we saw it, and we hope you have an enjoyable evening here. As you know, design effectiveness has been at the heart of DBA activities for over 25 years now. And this year is no different to what's gone before. We have outstanding crop of case studies for you that prove that the breadth and depth of impact and the results that come from using design in business as an enabler and a solution to corporate challenges really does work. And the closer that design gets to the very heart of business, the broader and the deeper the impact. Because to deliver those outcomes, you're going to see this evening, has required designers to get under the skins of the businesses they've been working with, to understand the context within which they're operating, to build insights around what they've seen and what they've heard, and then to prescribe and deliver a solution that leads to clearly identified outcomes that were specified at the very start of the project in great project briefs. So while the growth of the creative industries, as reported last month by DCMS, is to be celebrated, more important is the growth and prosperity of the businesses that we deliver for, whether working in-house or out. It goes without saying that if businesses grow and prosper, those that supply the expertise and skills that enable that to happen will go a long way too. Their services will be in demand. The DBA has a very clearly stated objective, and that is to foster a greater understanding of the value and benefits of good design. And that is nowhere more evident than in this evening's results. 2 years ago, the DBA turned its attentions to another of its stated objectives: to provide information to those who wish to use the services of its members. We decided to go beyond the typical 118 type phone call system that might have been envisaged some 28 years ago and opened our doors to the very businesses that we wanted to help. It's perhaps little known that the UK design industry boasts not only some of the best creative businesses in the world, but also some of the best design leaders in business. And they are driving change from the inside. Design is being championed at the very highest levels within our leading corporates, and we're delighted to be working closely with those design leaders to support their aims and ensure that we can deliver on their objectives. Every single case study that you're going to see this evening comes as a result of a partnership. It's a partnership between design and a brave client, a confident design manager, an experienced design leader, a marketing director, a CEO, or a chairman. The business context within which design can flourish is all important, and we're getting better at understanding this. The decisions made well before design makes it onto the table are critical. Those decisions, in my view, should not be made bereft of design consideration. That context and culture is set at the top of an organisation. So should design be on the board? Yes, it should be. Our aim is to get it there and to keep it there. Because I've noticed a sea change recently. What I'm seeing is not just design in business, but the design of business. I'm not just seeing design in government, I'm seeing the design of government. And by government, I mean all things public service orientated at a national, regional, and local level. The difference between in and of is substantial. If we're going to prove that we're as capable of designing businesses and of designing government, then the measures by which we measure our effectiveness have to be determined and defined. The DBA is making a renewed commitment to design effectiveness, to our ability to better measure the impact of this industry and better communicate the impact of that to key audiences. There are still far too many people out there who do not understand the full extent of what design can do. And if we're only vaguely successful in our evangelism, next January will be more manic than this one has been. And that brings me to another of the DBA's clearly stated objectives, namely to promote and further the interests of the design industry. 2014 is the year that the DBA, will become very much more vocal in its representation and promotion of the industry. Those issues that concern you are now my concern. So, whether it's the duplication and subsequent displacement of private sector design services by universities, whether it's the threat to our future workforce because of the policy around the curriculum, or the crazy notion that design is all about cost-cutting and not value creation in business and particularly in government, will be there. Our newfound confidence for doing this well has come from the success that we've experienced in Europe, in Brussels. I don't have the time to go into that now, but we will be canvassing you on your opinions, on key issues, and representing you in the way that only a trade association can. The promotion part is perhaps easier for us, given the quality of who we now represent within the DBA and the stories that we'll have to tell by 10:30 this evening. But we'll also be looking to change the way that we communicate. You see, we have case studies that prove that design can deliver the government's industrial strategy. We have case studies that boast of technological innovation, of job creation, of success in export markets, of global competitiveness enhanced, and of ideas becoming commercial realities. And that lot's just for starters. Design as a sector matters. Design has the capability to offer widespread gains as the products and services they generate drive innovation and productivity across the whole of the economy, and differentiation in markets. And if that sounds familiar to some of you here, it's because I'm suggesting a rewrite of the industrial strategy. Government needs the specific contribution of this sector to achieve its economic policy goals. And in return, we want your help in making the UK the destination for design and innovation. 2014 is the year for design. To use government's line, if it's a race that we're in for a brighter future, for a stronger economic position, then design is the pace setter. This is our time. This is your time. The combined talents of all those sat in this room need to be leveraged, whatever side of the fence you sit on. Tonight is about celebrating your achievements, but it's also about directing our future. And from where I'm standing, it's looking very bright. Thank you.